Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. In this video we're going to be covering the events of the night of August 29th and all of August 30th, 2025. I saw a lot of trains in these 2 days and most of them were pretty cool. The first outing was August 29th, as I just stated, when I went to the Hump in search of BNSF 1970 and H1 SD40-2 leading Local 9. The first train I would catch would be a southbound UP grain train that would stop at South Junction to meet a BNSF eastbound. With the eastbound in a position to be blocked, I fired up the drone and got an awesome shot of the eastbound DDG train heading through downtown Wichita. With the BNSF train gone, the UP Grainer continued on its way south with an interesting DPU placement. This is because the last car on the train was an empty as opposed to the rest of the train being loaded. The next train to pass by would be an empty cattle feed train. The final train I would catch would be the desired Local 9 with 1970 on the point, heading south at dusk. The next day, on my way to Independence, Kansas to meet up with some friends and shoot Union Pacific trains at the Missouri Pacific Freight House, I ran into SKOL 204 yarding at the yard in Cherryvale. 204 actually had an SD40-2 leader on this day, which I was very lucky to catch as that's something that's almost unheard of on the Tulsa line. The first train, interestingly, showed up almost instantly after we arrived at the freight house in Independence, being the MHOSS, commonly referred to as the Haas around here, with a fairly new C6M on the point. The last thing we would do before heading home, or so we thought, would be checking out this old Missouri Pacific transfer caboose that's stored in Independence. As Jello, SEK, and I said our goodbyes, not knowing when we would get to see each other again, although it would most likely be Railfest for Jello, we drove over the tracks and looked at the signal. I was in a bit of a hurry, so I was hoping that there would be nothing lined. The signal was green. So we headed back to the freight house to catch the M&L CB with a Thundercab Ace on the point.